Bravery means so many different things, and it means one thing in war, it means another thing when you're working through trauma, it means another thing when you're leading an institution.
I would say for me, bravery is about doing the right thing in the worst of all circumstances.
Bravery means to me taking that extra step when you don't really have to.
People who are brave in what they do, they understand the risks inherent in the work that they're doing. They probably have fears around that, and somehow they have the wherewithal to master that and do it anyway.
The people I look at and I consider brave are those who set aside their own self-interest for the greater good.
Well, certainly when somebody says bravery to me, I think of courage, I think of grit, I think of determination.
Was it John Wayne that said, courage is being afraid but still saddling up. Mark Twain said, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the mastery of fear.
Bravery means to me the willingness to take a risk, even though the thought of failure might be there, the willingness to put yourself out there and courageously endure.
It's so important in this day and age. Every leader needs to be able to take in the hard problems, to remain optimistic, to imagine how to navigate difficult waters as well as calm.
They don't think of it in terms of being brave or, you know, or having courage. You work your way into something, you begin to think about it, and you begin to engage, and then as you see how difficult it's going to be, and really there will be a great deal of risk, at a certain point you're into it so far that you just can't let go. Sometimes it's not so much that you're brave, it's just you don't want to be cowardly.
Leaders need to exhibit bravery on so many fronts, in part because it lends an air of confidence to the people that are around them. It makes them feel valued and supported and encouraged and inspired.
You know, we have had to make some very tough calls here since I've been mayor. There was a time very early on in the administration when we had the straight line between the challenge and the solution with regards to our financial challenge. I'll tell you that if I had 10 staff members in the room, 8 of them said, no, you can't do it. But the solution was too commonsensical for me to ignore, and I made the call. We're going to do it. We're going to make the right call and go share with the public why this is important, and it worked.
And I'm never quite sure if we just have a surplus of brave people in this community, or if we've developed a culture here which encourages people doing the right thing, taking big chances, daring to do big things, and also being courageous enough to not feel like they have to be the guy or the lady, that they are willing to do it together.
This is much more of a community, it has a much stronger civic DNA than many other parts of America. And in order to be brave, you typically need something worth fighting for. And Colorado and the Denver area is still a community worth fighting for.
I think the leaders in Colorado and the people of Colorado are tremendously brave. I mean, we've faced fires and school shootings and heartbreaking situations in our state that a lot of other states haven't had to deal with. And I think we've done an amazing job of doing that in a very graceful and empathetic way.
Very few times in life are opportunities presented to you. Sometimes they might be masked as a challenge, as a barrier, as an obstacle to get over. But your calling is to step forward to greatness. And that greatness means that you must sometimes step up and look those challenges right in the eye and simply say, you are but yet a small obstacle on my way along this journey. And so I oftentimes remind my kids, what's the opportunity in this challenge?
I hear it from my peers around the country. How do you guys do all that cool stuff? And they all take a vote. They all require, people to vote on it. And I finally just say, freaking magic. I don't know why, but I'm damn proud I live in a place like that.
Colorado, who's your brave leader? Join the conversation at #BraveLeadersCO.